Welcome. For today's tutorial, we're going to go over specifically missing punches or exceptions, how to fix a missing punch, how to fix a missing lunch punch, what we're looking at while we're seeing those exceptions. Stick with me and we'll get you learning how to fix those punches quickly and easily. The first thing we're going to do after noticing we have punch exceptions is go to our edits and down to time management. Right here, it lands us in our time management on the exceptions tab. And I can see everyone here with missing punches. From here, we could also see the timesheet and go to one of those specific employees that has missing punches and view how they are in their timesheet. Now, a quicker way to do that is simply just to click on the employee's name here. It would automatically take us to that employee to the timesheet. We would just choose the pay period we need to be in to see how the punches are lined up. Some of these will be simple. If you're not doing lunch punches, lunch out and lunch return from the clock, then really all you're going to have are ins and outs down here. This I signifies it's an in punch. It means the employee has punched in, but they did not punch out. So I could fix this right from here by clicking on this line anywhere from here across. You see it brings up their timesheet for me for that pay period. We look at the 13th, and I don't see anything for the 13th. So we just need to add a timeout. And adding a timeout, I can choose from one of these times presented. I can use military time. Click outside the box, it'll resolve to AM, PM. If you don't like military time or the 24-hour clock as it is, 3:30 PM, no spaces, no colon, just like this. Click outside the box and it puts it in the format it needs. If you're using times in the morning, you don't need AM after it. 7:23 without a PM is considered AM. I click outside the box and there it is. So that's the way to enter your times in there. Then you would add your note. And it's important to bring up that I did not add the date that was missing. When I put the time in and clicked outside the box, it automatically brought this date and pasted it here. Now, if they worked over midnight, yes, I would need to change to allow for that. But if it's the same day, you go straight to the timeout, put it in, click, it's going to automatically insert that date for you. Then you can add your note. I strongly suggest you add notes each time you're adding or modifying an employee's punch, because 2 years from now, when they're running an audit, and they see you in there auditing punches, they're going to ask you why you audited this punch. And trying to remember something back then is that far away is not good. So I do recommend adding notes. They are not required, but it is a good idea. Once you have the times in, then you would come over and click save. I just changed that to 1 because we can't put something before or after. I have the 13th in there, or the 14th still. But we would click save and it would go back and let me know. Now, she has other missing punches here that I can see. One of the things I'm looking for on these missing punches is there another in punch for like 1 p.m.? Maybe she clocked in when she meant to clock out. You know, if that's the case, then I might just need to change one from an in to an out, add my note, and save it. So that's something to watch for when they have multiple missing punches. These are all from Myra. They're all different dates in here, though, so nothing really applies to the 13th. I'm going to cancel this out because I want to show you what it's going to look like from their time card. While you're learning the system, it may be more beneficial, especially if you're using lunches and the ins and outs, to go look at their time card and see what's going on. This could be a duplicate. Maybe they've got 2 lunch outs and should have had a lunch in. Who knows? Once you're used to the system, you'll be able to identify from here what's going on. I still like to go to their time card to take a look for myself. It's just easier for me. Some people, it's just as easy to do it right here from the exceptions. I clicked on Myra's name. It brings me to her time card. I want to go to the pay period. Well, we can stay in this one right here. This one has already been approved, so I really can't add or modify anything to it while it's approved. I need to revert it. And here's the 13th. Now I can see everything after that that's not connected. I can see anything before it. These are not going to go away until I fix them. So any pay period I'm in, they're going to be here haunting me, just like this one is from 2022. So for the 13th, just like the exceptions tab, I click on it, and that's going to turn it into edit mode. Yes, I could have gone up here and clicked add new punch, done the 13th and so forth, but that's extra work. Again, I'm not going to put anything on the date. I'm just going to put a time in. I can choose from here, or I can add something here. If it's not exactly on the hour or the half hour, I click outside the box. You see my date is automatically inserted. I add my note. And then I come over to the left and I click save. It's white now because it's matched. It's what is considered a closed punch. This is an edited closed, basically. Closed means that I have two matching punches, an in and an out. So it's able to close that. It goes white. I'm able to calculate things. It still says pending. If I want to know how that punch reflects their totals, I can wait a few seconds. I can click refresh, and I can see that it's recalculated up here. It's now processed. I'm good to go. If I really don't need to see that, I can just move on to the next person. It's working in the background, and the next time you come to this page, it'll be updated. Or if you run a report, those reports will be updated. So again, up to you. Now, ins and outs are easy, but if you have employees clocking in and out for lunch, that's the tougher one. We'll go here and look at this one. And I say tougher, it's not really tougher, but there's an easier way to fix them. So here is their whole day in, lunch, and the afternoon portion. Here, their missing part, they have an in punch at 7 a.m., they have a lunch in at 12:30, and they have an out punch. Whenever somebody clocks for lunch, it creates two punches. It'll create the lunch portion, and if they're clocking in from lunch, it'll start their shift for the next portion of the day. If they're clocking out for lunch, it will start their, or it'll put in their lunch start, and it'll also behind the scene create a stop work. So when fixing missing punches, the best way I feel to do it is through the add new punch. Yes, I can click on this line, change it to 12, save it, then click on this line, change it to 12 and save it, but I'm lazy. I want to do it all in one thing. So I'm going to use the add new punch. I'll put here lunch out. I already have a lunch in, or what's considered a lunch return. I need the lunch out. What time did they go to lunch? I also need to make sure that I have the correct date, because I'm a bad one for forgetting this. So the 15th, they left for lunch at 12, and I would put my note and save. And if I entered things correctly, it's going to resolve that day, as you see here, nice and white and teal, as it should be. So those are the ways to fix your missing punches. Pick a way that works best or easiest for you, and you'll be good to go. The best thing is to train your employees to make sure they clock in and out like they should. The better you train your employees and the expectation of them, the least amount of work that you're going to have to do on this side. Thank you for watching.